I recommend that you build a spiritual altar. I recommend that you build a spiritual altar. I recommend that you build a spiritual altar. All you need is a table or a bookshelf or a tabletop or a little corner on the floor. Get you a white sheet. A white sheet. The color white does not represent European people. There's no such thing as white people. There's melanated and non-melanated people. That's it. There's no such thing as white people. There's people with color and people without color. That's it. White represents the white light of consciousness. White represents the white light of consciousness. Our ancestors are reflective of the white light of consciousness. So you need a white sheet and you need a white candle. A white sheet and you need a white candle for the ancestors. A white sheet and a white candle for the ancestors. Okay? And then once you get your candle, you're going to need you some incense. Pick up some incense I got. Okay? Frankincense and myrrh with some sacred sage. Frankincense and myrrh. Okay, with some sage. You got your candle. You got your sheet. You got your incense. And then you need a vessel of water. You need a vessel of water. You need some water. Water for the ancestors. Water is very important for spirit. Okay? Get your water. And then you want to decorate your altar. Not too much, but you want to decorate your ancestral altar with objects that contain the ashe of your departed relatives. What are we talking about? Your grandmother's pipe. If you have your grandmother's pipe, put that on the altar. You have your grandfather's favorite hat. Put it on the altar. Your little niece, she passed away. You have her little shell top Adidas booties. Put them on the altar. You have your cousin's favorite brush. Put it on the altar. Little objects from all your blood relatives. Only blood relatives. Only blood relatives. You put them on the altar because that invites their energy. Okay? And when you're ready to talk to your ancestors, and for the 21-day fast, you must sit and talk to them every day. For the 21-day fast, you must sit and talk to them every day. Okay? For the 21-day fast, you must talk to your ancestors because we're building up strength, connection, power, blessing, grace, ashe. So you want to talk to your ancestors every day of the fast. Every day. And you light your candle and light your incense. Pour your libation. I recommend you get a plant. Get yourself a plant. Get yourself a plant. You have a big vase of water, clear, beautiful vase. Get something nice. Don't use this. Don't use this. Get a vase, fill it with water, and then you pour the water into the plant. A couple drips, and you call each ancestor's name 3 times. 3 is the number of access. 3 is the number that opens the road. You call each ancestor's name 3 times. Okay? And then you talk to them as if they were sitting in front of you because they are. You talk to them as if they were sitting in front of you because they are. You talk to them as if they were sitting in front of you because they are. And you say, grandparents, cousin, auntie, niece, nephew, I'm fasting. I got some issues. I need to work on my diet. I need to work on my business. I need to work on my anger, my profanity. I need to work on my fears, my anxieties, my depressions. I need to do more for the Black community. I need African people to organize. I need us to love each other, to come together and fight against this. Will you help me do this? Will you help me do this? I need you, ancestors. My family, my husband, my wife, we're having problems. I need your blessings. I need your blood. See, the ancestors are God's security guards. Your ancestors are God's security guards. Now, God don't need no security, right? We know that. But when I say that they're God's security guard, when you need something from spirit, you're told to ask the Lord, and you should ask the Lord to give you access to the thing you need. You ask the Lord to give you access to the things that you need. after you ask the Lord to give you access to the thing that you need, you then ask the ancestors to help deliver the thing that you need. Do you understand? Let's say you go to the mayor's office and you tell the mayor, it's a big tree I need cut down in my backyard. The mayor isn't going to physically come and cut that tree because he's the mayor. She's the mayor. They're the king of the city. They don't do that work. They're too high for that. Almighty God is not your servant. You serve the Lord. The Lord don't serve you. You serve the Lord. The Lord don't serve you. So you call on God to give you access for the thing you need, but then you turn and you ask the ancestors to deliver it. The ancestors will come and help you cut that tree. The ancestors will come and help you cut that tree, not God. Who do you think the creator is? The creator is too great for that, too high, too divine. The creator don't serve you. You're out of your mind if you think the creator's job is to serve you. It's the creator's job, okay, to approve your requests. But if you don't have a good connection with the ancestors, your requests may never come to fruition. A lot of us never get what we're supposed to get because we do not have a relationship with our ancestors. You are them and they are you. When you're pouring libation, you're actually pouring libation to yourself because you are a living manifestation and representation of the ancestors. So build an ancestral altar. Now, some of you are like, Dr. Umar, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. I want to do this, Doc, but I'm not comfortable with the ancestors. No disrespect, Dr. Umar, but I wasn't raised with that. My religion has brainwashed me into thinking that dealing with the ancestors is something wrong. I'm not ready, Dr. Umar. No problem. No problem. There is no compulsion in consciousness, political or spiritual. No problem. There is no compulsion in consciousness, political or spiritual. You don't have to deal with the ancestors if you can't. If you are not comfortable, don't do it because it won't work for you if you do. If you don't have faith in the ancestors, if you don't have optimism towards the ancestors, it's best you do not do it. It can be disrespectful. So if your fast purely consists of you reestablishing your relationship with the Most High, we welcome you. We welcome you. I don't want anybody doing anything that they are not comfortable with. I don't want anybody doing anything that they are not comfortable with. I don't want anybody doing anything that they are not comfortable with. But for those who are ready to meet your ancestors, I invite you. For those of you who are ready to meet your ancestors, this is no better time. You're going to get 10 days of Gemini energy, and then you're going to get 11 days of feminine, African, divine energy with a solar eclipse for the first time in 19 years in June, and you're going to let that go by? If you're ready to introduce yourself to your ancestors, I recommend you do that. Build your altar. Build your altar. Now, some people have asked me for a daily ritual. I'm going to give y'all the daily ritual. I'm going to take a few questions and I'm going to end this. It's 2:25 Eastern Standard Time. We will be done by 3 p.m. approximately. It's 2:25 Eastern Standard Time. We will be done by 3 p.m. Okay? Some of y'all texting me, but I need your name. If I don't have your name, I can't save your number. Somebody just text me, I'm fasting, but you didn't tell me who you are. I want your city and your state. Follow directions, people. Your name, your city, and your state. And make sure you say, Dr. Umar, I'm fasting with you. Name, city, and state. Dr. Umar, I'm fasting with you. Okay? I want to give you a ritual that you can use. This is my ritual. You can come up with your own ritual. Remember, this is not religion. This is spirituality. Spirituality is flexible. Spirituality is dynamic. Spirituality is modifiable. Spirituality is an open road. This ain't religion. Nobody's coming to you and beating you over the head saying, you got to do it this way. That's religion. That's spiritual dictatorship. This is not a spiritual dictatorship. This is not a spiritual dictatorship. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. And once we get the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy open, every night when we do the fast next year, because we're doing this every year. We're doing this every year. When we do the fast next year, every night we're going to break the fast inside the school. Wilmington, Delaware. We're going to break fast inside the school. And for those of you who can't be at the break fast in the evening at FDMG, we will put you on the big screen so you can still tap in as we break fast, and we'll probably have some activities. We want to make this fun because we're doing this for the race. We're doing this for our freedom. We're doing this for our liberation. We're doing this for our personal connection to our ancestors. We are not doing this for no religion. We're doing this for Africa. We are not doing this for no religion. We're doing this for Africa and African people. We are not doing this for nobody's religion. We're doing this for Africa and African people and for redemption and success. That's what this is about. So let me give you my ritual. Sunrise at 5:31 a.m. tomorrow. Dawn, which is that period before sunrise. Dawn is that twilight period before sunrise, which is usually about 60 minutes before the fast, before sunrise. So if the sunrise is at 5:31 a.m., dawn begins at 4:31. So dawn is from 4:31 until sunrise. I recommend you wake up during dawn, whether that's 4:30, 4:45, 5 o'clock. Wake up at least 30 minutes before you begin your fast. You should not be asleep when you declare your fast for that day. Every day you're going to declare your fast. Every day you're going to declare. Every morning you must make a conscious intent to the supreme creator, to your ancestors, to your spirit guides, to any divinities. You want to declare your intent to fast, because remember, this is an offering. You have to declare your offer. I'm offering my fast, my sacrifice to you in exchange for blessings, protection, grace, guidance. So you have to be awake when you declare your fast. Okay? So wake up, get something to eat. I recommend you eat something. 15 hours is a long time. 15 hours is a long time. 15 hours is a long time. We have a couple of religious idiots popping in, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of this. It's a shame we can't respect each other's spiritual path. It's a shame, but that's what happens when you grow up in a spiritual dictatorship. That's what happens when you grow up in a spiritual dictatorship. That's what happens when you grow up in a spiritual dictatorship. They believe fasting began with a 1,500-year-old religion. They believe fasting began with a 1,500-year-old religion. Let us stay focused. So you're going to wake up at least 30 minutes before the fast. Grab something to eat. Nothing heavy. Remember, we're fasting now. This is a sacrifice. So you don't want to eat a bunch of food so you full all day. No. Some oatmeal, egg sandwich, green smoothie, sardines, couple pieces of fruit smoothie. Eat something, okay? So you have energy for today. You're eating, so you have some energy because you still got to do work, okay? And then after you do your eating, you want to go to your altar, your prayer rug, your altar, your shrine, okay? Your basement where you can get some quiet. You want to create a space because that is your spiritual vortex. That is your spiritual vortex. Your shrine is a vortex. Your prayer rug is a vortex. Your altar is a spiritual, it's where you can tap right into energy that you've built up, that you've accumulated through constant prayer, constant meditation, constant chanting. And at your shrine, your altar, your prayer rug, your prayer corner, you're going to declare your intent, verbally or silently. Verbally, I intend this day to offer my fast as a sacrifice to the supreme ruler of this universe. And secondarily, to my ancestors, spiritual guides, and divinities. In exchange for this offering, I ask for divine guidance, for divine clarity, for divine direction. I ask that you help me with character, with discipline, with destiny. Okay? And then you pray however you want to pray. You pray however you want to pray. I do recommend that you touch your head to the ground, because in African culture, the earth is a divinity. It is a deity. It is a manifestation of God consciousness. And you can touch the earth or kiss the earth. We come from the earth. We go back to the earth. Touch the earth. Kiss the earth. We come from the earth. We go back to the earth. Kneel your head. The Muslims borrowed that from African culture. The Muslims borrowed that from African culture. Okay? Now, so you've eaten, you've done your prayer. Then I recommend, when the sun starts to come up at 5:31, you can watch the sunrise. Some of you are lucky enough to live somewhere you can see the sunrise. I recommend that while the sun is rising, you engage in deep meditation or you start chanting. And let me explain the difference between prayer, chanting, and meditation. Let me explain. Well, that's what you call it if you're Muslim. I'm not a Muslim, so I don't use your terminology. I'm dealing with an African cultural perspective here. Y'all borrowed that from African people that existed before Muhammad. I know it's hard for you to understand that, but it did. Anyway, prayer is when you request something of Almighty God. We only pray to God. You make a request. Lord, help me. Lord, thank you. And we got to make sure we thank the Lord. Some of us always begging. We never thankful for what we got. If you are ingrateful, your prayers will not be answered. If you are ingrateful, your prayers won't. How often have you thanked God for what you have instead of constantly begging for more? How often have you thanked the Creator instead of begging for more? You have to learn how to say thank you and stop begging. Sometimes your prayer should just be, thank you, Lord. There's things I can ask for, but I'm not going to ask today. I just want to thank you for all you've done. I want to thank you for all we've done. Okay? Okay? But while the sun is coming up, well, prayer is asking God. Meditation is listening to God. When you meditate, you get quiet. When you meditate, meditation is the silence of mind so you can hear spiritual instruction. Meditation is the silence of the mind so you can hear spiritual instruction. Meditation is the silence of the mind so you can hear spiritual instruction. And I recommend that you pray, chant, and meditate every day of the 21-day fast, in the morning before the sun comes up, and in the hour just before the sun goes down. Let me repeat that. For the 21-day fast, we're going to pray, chant, and meditate during dawn before sunrise. And then we're going to pray, chant, and meditate 1 hour before sunset. So you're going to do it before sunrise. You're going to do it before sunset, twice a day. So that's at least 2 prayers a day, 2 meditations a day, 2 chantings a day. Meditation, you get quiet. And if you're a beginning meditator, you can start using some music. So for example, I'll meditate to some African music. Sometimes it can help me quiet my mind by drowning out all the distractions, right? So I'll give you some of the African music. Okay. Let me see here. Library, albums. Some African music. I'll meditate to some African music sometimes. Help me block out everything, get quiet. And while my eyes is closed, I'm picturing my third eye, brothers. And I'm putting all my energy on my third eye. And I'm silently asking God to help me open my third eye so I can see spiritually better. We're going deep, going deep. That's how I meditate, brothers and sisters. Okay? So you can meditate using music. You can also use a symbol or an item. You can use a symbol or an item. Okay? Here's a statue of the boy king, the great Tutankhamun, whose name means the living image of God, the great Tutankhamun, whose name means the living image of God. Those of you who went with me to Egypt 2 years ago, we visited his tomb. We visited the tomb of the boy king. So I might meditate on an object like this to help maximize and intensify our connection as African people to the original people of the Nile Valley and to divinity, to royalty. We are royalty. So I'll put this in front of me and I'll stare at it intensely, silencing my mind of all thoughts and focus on that original African Nile Valley royalty. Okay? So you can use an image. You can use music. Okay? You can also use a mantra. And a mantra is really chanting, right? So I'll say something like this is mantra I use. I exist in God, and God exists in me. I'll say that. I exist in God, God exists in me. I exist in God, God exists in me. I'll say it out and I'll say it quiet, and then I'll get so deep that I can stop saying it. And now I'm at a point of total silence. And when I'm at that point of total silence, that's when spirit can start speaking with me. Okay? Sure, you could use a candle, flame. Yes, you can. Whatever you need to silence your mind so you can focus, because we got to get quiet. If you don't get quiet, you won't pick up the vibrations. Spirit doesn't speak in a voice. Spirit doesn't always speak in a voice. Spirit will speak with an impression. You will feel it. You will know it. That's how spirit speaks. You understand? Spirit don't use voice. Spirit use impression. You'll go into a meditation and you'll come out and you'll say, wow, I know where I need to move to. I'll know what business to open. I know who I need to make my wife. You understand what I'm saying? I know what I need to do about this problem. I know what I need to do about that. Spirit speaks through intuition, not with a voice. I exist in God. God exists in me. That's one of my many mantras. Whatever mantra you use, it got to hold power for you. Your mantra must hold power for you. If you're a Christian, there's a lot of strong verses in the Bible. There's a lot of strong verses in the Bible. If you Muslim, there's a lot of strong verses in the Quran. Of course, if you follow African spirituality, the Odu Ifa, right? There's a lot of strong verses in the Odu Ifa. And I don't even know where I put my Odu Ifa. I just had it. Oh, right in front of me, right? So I'll get some verses out of the Odu Ifa. If I want, I go to the Odu of Lukumi. Okay, sometimes I read the Odu of Lukumi, and you can actually get the Odu of Lukumi on your iPhone. Okay, you can get it on your iPhone. They have this whole thing available on the iPhone. So if you want the Odu of Lukumi, okay, the original Holy Odu, you can get all of that, brothers and sisters. Okay, but find you some mantras. You can make them up out of your mind, but you must meditate and then you chant. Meditation, you listen, chanting. Let me tell you what chanting is. In Yoruba culture, there's a concept known as Afo-Ashe. O-F-O-A-S-E. Afo-Ashe. O-F-O-A-S-E. Afo-Ashe. Afo-Ashe. Afo-Ashe is word power. Our words have the ability to influence our reality. Right? So when you chant, you're using Afo-Ashe to impact the universal matrix, the universal force field. You're using your word sound to impact your universal force field to help bring about the destiny and the ends that you desire. So for example, let's say I need a wife, right? I'll chant that. The universe will provide me with the exact type of woman I need at the exact time I need her. The universe will provide me with the exact type of woman at the exact time I need her. The universe will provide me with the exact type of woman at the exact time I need her. And I'm chanting that. I'm chanting that. My ancestors is hearing that. My spirit guides is hearing that. Almighty is hearing that. The Orisha is hearing that. The Loas are hearing that. The Abusum is hearing that. The Iyami is hearing that. The Egbe is hearing that. The Netters are hearing that. You understand? That is chanting. Chanting, you affect the world through your voice. Very powerful. So you're going to pray in the morning, 1 hour before sunrise. You're going to get something to eat. You're going to pray. You're going to meditate. 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes of meditation, followed by 10 minutes of chanting. A 10-minute prayer, a 10-minute meditation, 10 minutes of chanting every single day for that hour before sunrise. And then sun sets at 8:30. So at 7 o'clock, you're going to do a prayer. At 7 o'clock, you're going to do a chant. At 7 o'clock, you're going to do a meditation. And then at 8:30, you're going to pray. Same thing. Prayer, chant, meditation. And then you're going to break your fast. You're going to get something to eat. And that'll be your fast for the day. Now, in between the prayer, chanting, and meditation and dawn, prayer, chanting, and meditation before sunset, take an hour and journal. Start a spiritual journal. Write down your spiritual questions. Talk to your ancestors. Ask them about what you want. Ask them about what you need. Very important. Okay? Write down your goals. Take another hour and write down your goals. Exercise for an hour. Go for a walk for an hour. Okay? And then you might get on YouTube and watch an hour of Amos Wilson. Watch an hour of Dr. Clark. Watch an hour of Dr. Ben. Watch an hour of Chancellor Williams. Those are our ancestors. We're trying to reconnect to the ancestors. So put some videos in and study, because this is spiritual and political. I'm going to show you some of my political books. I showed you my spiritual books, right? I'm going to read some Bible. I'm going to read some Gita. I'm going to read some Quran. I'm going to mostly read the Urdu. Okay? I even got the Tao Te Ching over here. I'm going to read some Tao Te Ching. This is another one of my favorite books, the Tao Te Ching. Okay? And then after you do your spiritual study all day, now you got to do your political. So what we got? Black Power in the Garvey movement. I've already read it twice. I'm going to read it a third time. Black Power in the Garvey movement. I'm just giving you some ideas. Any book that you feel you need to study, because we got to wake up your consciousness. Okay? Martin Delany, grandfather of Pan-Africanism, the condition, elevation, immigration, and destiny for the colored people of the United States. Remember, this is the brother who said Africa for the Africans. It was Martin Delany who said Africa for the Africans. It was Martin Delany who said Africans for the Africans. Marcus Garvey added those at home and those abroad. Kwame Nkrumah, the CIA files. Kwame Nkrumah, the CIA files. Kwame Nkrumah, the CIA files. In terms of the incense, I love these. I love resin incense. I love the resin. This is fredsoul.com. FredSoll.com. They out of Mexico, New Mexico. Fredsoul.com. I love these incense. FredSoll.com. I wanted to order some more of a Mystic Essence, but they're not shipping out right now. I love Mystic Essence, black-owned company. Try to support black businesses the whole 21 days. Mystic Essence, okay, and only black businesses to the extent you can, but they're not taking orders right now. I love Mystic Essence. I'm opium. I love opium. Okay. Then you need your candles, right? When they get dark and you do your meditation. I like to meditate in the dark. I love to meditate in the dark. Okay. Get your little candles. I love to meditate in the dark. Okay. This is one of my Oguns. Okay. Kwame Nkrumah, CIA files. Thomas Foxwell Booton, the African slave trade. Right? Civil wars and coup d'etats in West Africa. Civil wars and coup d'etats in West Africa. Takeover. Race education in American democracy. Okay. How Africa Underdeveloped Europe by Pan-Africanist Walter Rodney. How Africa Underdeveloped Europe. This is a good book if you want to read on African spirituality from a Yoruba concept. African spirituality from a Yoruba. Olodumare is the name of God in Yoruba culture. This is a real good book. It's not written by a Yoruba priest. It's written objectively. It's written objectively from the perspective of a religious scholar who does not practice African spirituality. This is pretty good. If you want another book on African spirituality, I recommend this. Afro-Caribbean Religions. I recommend this book by Nathaniel Samuel Morrow. He's a professor at the University of North Carolina, but this was printed at Temple University Press in Philadelphia. Okay? This is the book, Afro-Caribbean Religions. Okay? African Caribbean Religions. Okay? Last thing I want to say is this. At night before you go to bed, during the 21 days, at night before you go to bed, make sure you text me if you're fasting, because I'm probably going to start a WhatsApp group for the fasters. I'm going to start a WhatsApp group just for everybody fasting. So text me regular and then download WhatsApp to your phone. Text me regular and then download WhatsApp to your phone. Text me regular and then download WhatsApp to your phone. Before you go to bed at night, make sure you communicate your intentions to the Most High and to your ancestors for the night. If there's a question you got, make sure you ask it before you go to bed. You have to do this. You got a big problem going on in your life. Almighty God, as I go to sleep, please provide me the answer to this question. To my ancestors, I know y'all want me to be successful. I have this issue. This is my issue. Can you please shed some light on this problem while I am asleep? Our ancestors communicate through the dreams. Our ancestors communicate to the dreams. Our ancestors communicate through dreams. Make sure you ask them before you go to bed and then go right to bed. When you know you're about to lay down, that's when you ask the question. Don't get distracted. If you know you're about to go to bed, not have no sex or none of that, you're about to go to bed, lay down, ask your ancestors your questions, go to sleep. Spirit talks to us through dreams. That is an African tradition. And I also recommend this is my spiritual journal. I record all spiritual coincidences in this book. It stays on my ancestral altar. I'm not going to show it to you because this is between me and my ancestors. Okay? But this is a book I have. It has all my spiritual coincidences in here. I keep track of them. And you should write down your dreams. I write my dreams in here. I write my synchronicities in here. I write my coincidences in here. And then I go back and review them, because dreams, synchronicities, and coincidences are your ancestors' way of trying to communicate to you. If you don't write them down, you won't be able to connect the dots. If you don't write them down, you won't be able to connect the dots. If you don't write them down, you won't be able to connect the dots. So get you a nice little book and record a spiritual journal. This is my spiritual journal. You need one as well. Okay. And it would hurt to have a staff. This has my G and Yami symbol, because with the staff, we tap the floor 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And call the ancestors. You call your ancestors' names. Father Bailey, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Selah, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Jenny, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Betsy, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Young Betsy, 1, 2, 3. Grandpa Stephen, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Caroline, 1, 2, 3. Grandpa George, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Annie, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Caroline, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Vivian, 1, 2, 3. Grandpa Cicero, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Ida, 1, 2, 3. Grandpa James, 1, 2, 3. Uncle Clifford, 1, 2, 3. Cousin Shanika, 1, 2, 3. Great-great-grandpa Gertrude, 1, 2, 3. Great-great-grandpa Charlie, 1, 2, 3. Great-grandmom Curly, 1, 2, 3. Great-grandpa Robert Shoemake Jr., 1, 2, 3. Great-great-grandpa Robert Shoemake Sr., 1, 2, 3. Great-great-grandma Emma Hollinger, 1, 2, 3. Great-great-grandma Delia, 1, 2, 3. Great-great-grandpa Isaac, 1, 2, 3. Great-great-grandma Eileen, 1, 2, 3. Great-grandpa William Thomas Tillman, 1, 2, 3. Uncle Billy, 1, 2, 3. Grandma Betty Jean Shimmick, 1, 2, 3. Uncle Eric, 1, 2, 3. Uncle Dennis, 1, 2, 3. Uncle Nancy, 1, 2, 3. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And you spill the water. Spill the water on your plant. Spill the water. 3 taps. 3 taps. My incense is starting to get to me. So you do your 3 taps, right? I'm not crying. It's just the incense. My incense got stronger when I start calling the ancestors, right? And then after you do your 4 ancestral lines, after you do your 4 ancestral lines, then you call your African racial ancestors, right? Your African racial ancestors, okay? I'm going to do an oral live. Marcus Messiah Garvey, Henry Highland Garnett, Harriet Tubman, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells, 1, 2, 3. Shaka Kasensa Kakona, 1, 2, 3. Robert Purvis, 1, 2, 3. Martin Luther King, 1, 2, 3. El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, 1, 2, 3. Blood relative Frederick Augustus Washington Belly Jr. Great aunt Annie Douglas. Cousins Charles Douglas, 54th Massachusetts Regiment. Cousin Lewis Douglas, 54th Massachusetts Regiment. Little cousin Annie. Cousin Rosetta. Frederick Douglass Jr. Ashe. Mama Wayman. Papa Wayman. Charles Henry Wayman. Francis Henry Wayman. Bishop Alexander Wayman, 7th Bishop of the AME Church. 1, 2, 3. And you tap. Okay? I got this in Ghana, but you could get a stick. Go outside and get you a stick, a strong little branch, something strong, and you tap. Tap the ground. The ancestors are in the ground, right? But their spirit travels all over. You tap that ground and you call up them spirits. Okay? That's how that goes, brothers and sisters. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't fasted in 11 years. Some of y'all said you don't know your ancestors. Well, guess what? Guess what you're going to spend your time doing while you're fasting? Recreating your family tree. It's time for you to recreate your family tree. Find your ancestors. Remember, even if you don't know who they are, they're still with you. They're still with. Some of y'all think you got to know their name. No. After you call the ones you know, you say, all of my ancestors near and far, whose names I do not know. I call on you to walk with me and help me improve my life and walk my destiny and serve Almighty God. And you tap 1, 2, 3. That's what we do. Let me take a few questions. Go ahead and tap in. A few questions. Tap, tap, tap in. A few questions. Tap in. I'm going to get, if nobody tap in, I'm out. Hollywood, DJ Hollywood.
Hey, Dr. Umar.
Back in the world.
How you doing, boss man? Yeah, I was a little bit late to the live, but I just got a quick question about the fast because I'm starting to with you.
Where you at?
I'm in Walmart right now. I'm in Miami, Florida.
Okay, go right ahead.
I'm right here in Miami. Just curious question. I just started like redoing my tree so I can start getting more into like spiritual with my ancestors. I just want to know with the fast, are there any particular things that you want us to stay away from so that we can actually have the temple more pure?
We're going back to our essential nature, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to try to eat from the first essence. So when you break with
Okay.
break the apple, corn,
Okay.
break your
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go dry right now. We're just gonna stop. We're gonna do a liquid fast right now. But then you're saying no stop. How long? For 10 days now?
sunrise to sunset.
Okay. Okay.
Got me?
Yes, sir. All right, Dr. Umar, say something. All right, bye.
You should break your fast with something from the earth. Get you some fruit, get you some vegetables. Break your fast with something from the earth. What you eat for dinner is up to you. Again, you want to eat light, you want to eat healthy. We want to do that anyway. But break your fast with something from the earth. Next, tap in. Next, tap in. Courtney going once. Courtney going twice.
Hey, Dr. Umar, how you doing?
Where you,
I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
where you at in the world? Where are you?
I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina. Last time I was in Charleston, Courtney, was 2015. The day
Yeah, I'm in
before.
Charleston.
The day before the Dylan Roof tragedy was the last time I was there.
I actually see your picture in Hannibal's all the time. So
That was my
it's
last.
great to be on here with you. But I just want to ask some
night.
questions about.
Go ahead.
What did you say? Just some questions.
No, I was
so right now in Charleston, I am starting a boycott King Street because of, I don't know if you've seen the racial injustices that's been happening because of owners. But I have a few people that are brothers and sisters who are not organized, who are not understanding why we're calling for this boycott. What would you give me for advice to assist in educating them on why this is important?
What is the indirect consciousness works? And what that means, bring them along with you. Don't lecture to them. Okay. Lecturing doesn't work. Just say, come along and watch us. Come along, just experience us. That works a whole lot than just directly lecturing them. Just come along. We ain't asking you to do nothing. We just want you to watch.
So what about when you have naysayers who are trying to undermine what we are doing and don't see the validity of what we're doing?
Why are they still around you? Why haven't you rid yourself of the naysayers?
You got a good point. You got a good point.
Much work to do, baby. Get rid of them.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And whenever you're ready to go to the Cheesecake Factory, I'm down.
I got you, baby. I got you.
All right, Dr. Umar. Thank you. Appreciate you.
When the fast is over, we going to the Cheesecake Factory. When the fast is over. Call Benny Drees, Benny Dress, Benny Drees, Kylie Benny.
Good. How you doing?
Peace and love, black man. Where you at in the world?
I'm in Germantown, Maryland right now.
Down Maryland. What's on your mind, beloved?
All right, so everything has been going down everywhere right now, and I've been really preaching to my peers that, because they're talking about protesting and all that, right? And I seen your live about it. I'm against it. All right, I think we've done it too much. I'm really into garveyism, and it sounds like we're the Israelites in Exodus, and I'm thinking the solution is pretty much boycott the country, boycott the state, and find elsewhere to put our tax dollars in, you know, because everyone wants to boycott. We want to buy black-only businesses, but they still get that money. We still feed the police with our taxes. We still feed the government with our taxes. And so the solution to me is Exodus, you know, like, let's leave, you know. Now where? That's another situation. But I feel like that's the conversation we should have versus protesting. And I wanted to know what you thought about that.
Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay, number one, never oppose something for another person that isn't damaging the community. So for example, I'm not out there protesting because I don't do integrated protests, right? But I'm not going to stop them from doing it. I'm not going to be voting in November because neither candidate is worth anything to me. But I'm not going to discourage anyone else from voting. It's very important that we don't stop our people from doing what they think is right if it's not hurting nobody. Do you follow what I'm saying?
I follow you.
Protesting ain't hurting nobody. Them voting ain't hurting nobody. So you don't want to become a reactionary that stops what other people believe is effective. Let them do it. They will learn on their own time. We just have to do the things that you and I believe are necessary. We don't have to boycott. What we say, boycotting is reactionary. What is pro-actionary is to build our own independent community. That's what we should be doing. If you build your own community, you don't have to boycott them because you naturally are going to support your own business.
I'm saying at the same time we're supporting our businesses, we're still feeding the government. You know, we pay taxes here.
No. I'm
so
saying
we give them the power to destroy us again.
There's nothing you can do about that in the short term. There's nothing you can do about it in the short term. You follow what I'm saying?
I follow you.
But we should be focusing on the long term. Build independent communities. If you got your own gas station, you don't have to boycott theirs. If you got your own supermarket, you don't have to boycott theirs. If you got your own hospital, you don't have to boycott. If you got your own school, you don't have to. Boycotting automatically means you don't have your own institutions and you don't plan on building them. Are you following me?
I follow you. I follow you.
You see what I'm saying? We're saying the same thing. I'm simply saying, don't focus on boycotting them. Focus on building your own. In other words, divestment is what we need. Not boycott. Divest from the system. Totally. Boycott means if you change your behavior, I will come back. Do you ever want to go?
No.
Me either. So why are we talking about a boycott? A boycott is a temporary stoppage of economic support until you change your behavior. I don't want to go back. I want to divest from the system. I don't want to boycott the system. I want my own system.
Okay. Last question, though, going off of that. Do you think we can ever be the best we can be staying here?
On one condition. You have a future outside of Africa. Yes, you do. You got me? Stay with me. Did you hear that, what I just said? You have outside of Africa. But you have no future without Africa. Let me say it again. You have a future outside of Africa, but you have no future without Africa. If we want to stay, we had better invest on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean and build up our mother continent and our mother countries so she's strong enough to put sanctions and consequences on America if she doesn't do right by us. Are you following me?
Fact. Everything.
Look at what happened in South Africa. Apartheid. Countries who were powerful told South Africa, if you don't get rid of apartheid, we pulling out. Embargo. Boycott. We ain't doing no business with you. And they forced South Africa to crush apartheid. Now it's still there, but they still got rid of the symbols of it, right? Africa could do the same thing to America. Africa can make America stop police brutality tomorrow if Africa was organized and powerful. So I say again, you have a future outside of Africa. You have no future out Africa.
Clear.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, my brother. Think about doing the fast for this too. Think about it. Everybody understand that? We got a future without Africa. We got a future outside of Africa, but there's no future without Africa. Almighty Shatta. Where's the Almighty Shatta at?
Brother Umar, what up?
Peace and love. You at in the world, beloved?
Yes, I wanted to ask. So,
Where are you?
Oh, I'm in South London right now.
You said South
but
London?
yeah. But obviously, I grew up in the States, grew up in Brooklyn. But I wanted to ask, so how do you suggest we go about building up the communities from right now with what's going on? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, yeah, I was saying, how do you suggest? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't hear your volume, though.
Okay, let me cut you off and you offline. All right, my brother?
Yeah, all right. That sounds good, bro.
So the question was, what do I suggest we do? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Give me thumbs up. Ladies, give me some hearts. Where the hearts at from the queens? Can y'all hear me, queens? Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts. Can y'all hear me? Y'all say y'all can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, y'all can hear me. So in America, there are 10 cities in America that are for sale. 10 towns in America for sale. 10 of them. 10 towns. One of them is as cheap as $900,000. One of them is as cheap as $900,000. I saw another town for sale, $2 million. If we were serious, we would pool our money together and we would buy some of these towns. There's one in Georgia. That's a good place to be. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. $11 towns for sale. Y'all ready? Johnsonville, Connecticut for sale. How much do they want? $1.9 million for Johnsonville, Connecticut. Cal-Neve Erie, Nevada. $8 million for Cal-Neve Erie, Nevada. Tiller, Oregon, $3.85 million. The whole town. Hell, Michigan, $900,000. It's actually called Hell, H-E-L-L. Hell, Michigan is $900,000. Prey, Montana, $1.4 million. Henry River Mill Village, North Carolina, $1.4 million. I'm going to tell you right now, I like this town, Henry River Mill Village, North Carolina. I like Hell, Michigan. And I like Toomsboro, Georgia. How much do they want for Toomsboro, Georgia? I don't see no price. Toomsboro, Georgia got a railroad. You can import, export. They got a school. They got the city hall. Gary Owen, Montana, $250,000. Montana got a town for $250,000. Scenic, South Dakota, $799,000. Sweet, South Dakota, $250,000. Brothers and sisters, if we are serious, we can buy a whole town, and get it popping. Okay? That's all we got to do. So where are the true nationalists at? Where are the true nationalists? Where are the true nation builders? It's about nation building right now. We got to build towns in Africa and we got to build towns here. We got to build towns in Africa, got to build towns here. Okay? I don't need to get with nobody if I'm serious. I'm already serious. I know what I need and who I need. I don't need no recommendations from you. Okay? But I support my brother and I respect my brother. I'm just saying I know what I need to do. Okay? Tap in if you have a question. Tap in. Sister Ashley going once.
Hey, Dr. Umar.
Beautiful smile.
Thank you. How you doing?
All right.
I'm from Mississippi, and I'm here with my family in Mississippi, but I live in LA. I'm leaving Saturday, going back to LA.
I got you. What's the
So, quick question. If we don't have anything from our ancestors to put on the altar except for a picture, can we just put that? Would that suffice?
picture is fine.
Okay, awesome. And my other question is, my mom has this. This is the only thing like closest to a staff that I see. It's like a knife. Would this work too?
You can use that for your staff, or you could also altar, or both. You can have it on the altar and start invoking your ancestors.
Okay, all right. That's all I wanted.
Oh no, and also you could also use a drum. Some people use a drum to call the ancestors.
Okay. I think my grandmother's next door, so she may have something over there I can use.
Yeah. Use what you got, but I think what you have from your mom is powerful for both the altar and to invoke the ancestors.
Awesome. I like what you're doing. I'm doing the fast with you, and
good.
I'm doing what you're doing.
Thanks a lot, beautiful.
All right, take care.
That sister had a smile that'd light up a whole country, didn't she? That was a beautiful smile there. Beautiful smile. She was gorgeous, wasn't she? Sister Lynette going once. Sister Lynette going twice. Sister Lynette.
Oh my God, I can't see.
Peace and love. Turn your lights on, Sister Lynette. Why you can't see me?
Oh my God, hold on. Is that better? I'm trying. I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry. I am so new at this.
Turn the screen. Got a button where you can turn the screen around.
Okay, hold on. Oh my God. Can you see anything?
Go ahead and talk, sweetie. It's okay. We know you there. Where you at in the world?
Okay. I am in California.
California. Talk to me. What's going on in California?
Yes. It is hot here.
I
don't even know where to start. You are a wonderful person.
Thank you.
My brother, he's just like you. The mindset, the thoughts, he tries to teach a lot of the neighborhood, like younger people, like actual facts and, certain websites to go on to clarify certain issues and, history and so forth and so on. And, I'm just now, getting into it, I think it's really important. I have a daughter and, this year she graduated.
Where did you say you were at again, Queen?
And she knows. California.
Okay, I got you.
California. And my daughter, she just graduated from high school. And with everything that's going on, as of now, she had an issue because she was doing online schooling, and she had an issue with what's going on right now. Now, mind you, let me remind you, she's the only Black child with doing the online schooling.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you, she told me, Mom, I was so upset. She didn't know how to handle it. She was upset. The other kids, they were Hispanic, they were Mexican, and the stuff they were saying like, oh, well, we went through slavery, and, as if they were telling her, oh, it's not all about you. It's not all about Black people. We went through slavery too. And, she got so angry and so mad that she dropped she just ended it. She couldn't handle it. So me talking to you, what insight would you like me to tell her or to give her as far as that situation, if she ever encounter that situation again?
Do this for me. Did you take my cell number, Queen?
No, I didn't.
Are you,
If you you can put it in my inbox,
I'll
or someone can post it up on the live. They can put it up on the live, and I'll take it from there.
I'm gonna post it right now. I want you to text me that question so I can respond to you. Just remind me that you was on the Instagram live. Okay.
Okay.
See it up there.
Okay, I will. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You can also
I think I'm a female. I'm turning into a female you because the protesting, I don't agree with. I'm not going to go to a protest either with majority Caucasians.
Right.
You know, it's like, to me, it's like a convenient situation for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I know all of them aren't like that, but we've been on lockdown for so long. You know, people want to be out. You know, it's a lot of convenient situations for a lot of people that's out there now. And I just don't feel like it's genuine.
Okay.
For what we're doing.
Text. I'm gonna move on to another question, but shoot me that text and I'm going to respond.
Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Hussein going once. Hussein going twice.
Dr. Umar.
Hey, gorgeous. What is your name?
Hey.
What's your name?
Yes, Husseina too.
Oh, Hussein.
Yeah. I want to know how you were able to find your ancestors.
Where are you?
I'm in London.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Go right. Repeat that, Queen.
How are you able to find your ancestors?
You have to search. It starts birth date,
Yeah.
death dates, birthplace, death place, and the names, last name.
Okay.
If you know where they were born,
Yeah.
died, what that last name, okay?
Yeah.
And the date that they were born. You get birth certificates from Vital Statistics. You can get death certificates from Vital Statistics. Then you got to do a lot of research. Talk to your living relatives who are elders. All the elders, your family, sit at their feet and soak up all the family knowledge before they join the ancestors.
Okay.
Don't let them go to the ancestors and you didn't write down everything they knew about everybody in the family. That's a mistake I made. That's a mistake I made. A big piece of my tree because the queen mother who had that information, I never got it from her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how you start that research.
Thanks, doctor.
It's very fulfilling once you learn it. It's very fulfilling.
Okay, thank you.
All right, love. Stay safe. Love.
Bye.
Take care now. Yeah, I got to put them family trees back together. I got to put them family trees back together. Somebody said, am I still accepting wifey resumes? Of course. Of course. DrUmarJohnson at yahoo.com. I'm not married yet. Send a resume in if you want to send in the resume. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. Already got the cinnamon. Okay. School resumes is FDMG resumes at Gmail. School resumes is FDMG resumes at Gmail. Don't send school resumes to my personal email. Don't send school resumes to my personal email. Okay. School resumes go to FDMG resumes at gmail.com. Wifey resumes, Dr. Umar Johnson at Yahoo. Wifey resumes come straight to me. All right. Next tap in. Yes, baby. Consciousness over coochie. We focus. Well, wifey ain't coochie. Wifey is partner to build with. That ain't coochie. That's family. Family and coochie, two different things. Bacardi. Talk to me, B. What's good?
Ain't nothing chilling.
Where you at?
Chilling in the Bronx right now. I'm in the Bronx right
Where you,
now. I'm on Webster in the Bronx, South Bronx.
got you.
Word.
What's on your
Yeah,
mind,
yeah,
beloved?
yeah. But now my question was, what we have to do to get off a grid, because I feel like that's where the major problem is, because they all got us trapped. You travel a lot, so when we traveling, when we driving, we seeing nothing but space and opportunity. Like, do you ever think about that? Like, what it's going to take for us to get off the grid of this, and build our own?
Get off the grid. It's going to be tough to totally get off the grid because their surveillance system is the best in the world. So that's going to be tough. But we don't even have to worry about getting off the grid. We got to get off of them. Get off of it. We have to eliminate our dependence on the system.
Exactly.
We got 11 cities for sale in America. 11 cities already. But I don't know if I'm serious enough to do that. That's my next move, though. Once we get the school done, then I got to do one in Africa. I want to build a city here, but we got to be clear about one thing. Even if we build a city in America, sooner or later, we got to leave here. Black Wall Street, you know the story. You know
of course.
Tulsa, you know what they did to Rosewood. You know what they did to Charleston. They'll do it again. They will never allow us to compete with them in a land of control. So we will have to leave, but we can practice. We can practice nation building. So when we get to Africa, we can perfect it.
And another thing is what you think about, because I know a lot of things going around about Africa welcoming African Americans, and then they have somewhere where they give you like land and stuff like that.
Well, you can get land, but you may have to buy it, which we should do. Help our brothers and sisters on the continent. Land is easy. Question is, you got to be committed to going over there to developing the land. Getting the land.
Copy. Yeah, that was it though. But I'm chilling. Thank you, Umar, tapping me in. I don't want to hold you up. I know a lot of people got questions.
Okay, my brother, I appreciate you. Stay safe out there.
All right, peace.
All right, now. We can do a Black Wall Street here, but sooner or later, we're still going to have to leave here and go home. Simply Terror going once. Simply Terror going twice.
Hey, Dr. Umar.
Where you at in the world, beautiful?
Baltimore, Maryland. How are you?
Down the street. How's it going?
Yeah. Quick question. So my thing is, I'm a mail courier. I should take off today, but I do want to do the fast thing and whatnot. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't have as much knowledge or anything in that sort. So I'm trying to figure out if we could just do. So how you start something when you're not actually 100% familiar on how to do it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Did you watch this whole live?
Some, like I've been back and forth.
I want you to go back and watch.
Okay.
Tell me, but you're gonna wake up an hour. You on East Coast with me, right? So
true, but here's the thing, though. Okay, sometimes I'm at work like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get home till like 8 o'clock at night.
Fine. Got a fat Perkin.
Okay.
Fine. You follow me?
Okay.
The biggest thing is to wake up before the sun, declare your say your prayer.
Okay.
Meditate for a minute, do a little bit of chanting.
All right, you breaking up a little bit. I don't know, but okay, I hear you. I hear you a little bit.
And then you do your fast.
Okay.
Then before the sun go down, hour before the sun,
spot.
Okay.
Another prayer. Another prayer. Follow me on.
Okay. Okay. The product, some of the product, most of it.
Go back and watch this when I post it, because I'm gonna post this.
Okay.
I want you to go back and watch it, but also you could text me any questions you got too. Did you take my number?
Yes.
Take
Yes.
text me.
To be honest with you, man, I've been a fan with you for a moment. The couple shows that you had came to here on Howard Street, I was
You were there?
in attendance. Yeah, I was in a couple of those. I don't know when the next time you're coming back though.
Coming
That
back. My second book is almost done.
I got that. I got that. You signed it. I was in New York when you was in there with David Banner and Dr. Claude Anderson. So trust me, I've been a supporter, so I'm familiar with you a lot. Like you speak the truth. I feel like you do. Definitely a lot of stuff from you and a lot of your well, I'm gonna say our ancestors and things of that sort. So definitely appreciate you on the knowledge tip. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like trust me, you definitely got some people out here that's rooting for you. They love you out here despite all the craziness, despite the mind wash, the brain wash, the whole shebang. So let you know, like you got some people out here for you for real. So keep it up.
So much. All right, love. Send me.
All right.
Got question.
All right. And also one more thing. So I want to go on, like when y'all go to Africa, I'm trying to go with y'all. I don't know where you going,
But when
but
you text me, I'll lock you in. Once I got the African, I'm gonna see you.
all right, bet. Like I said, I'm trying to tell you, like I've been a fan. I got you. Think like Garvey, Malcolm. Got you. Revolution. You get what I'm saying? So I'm with you. So definitely, I definitely hit you up. My name is Tara. Again, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. So definitely appreciate the live and all that good stuff.
Queen.
All right, have a good one.
God bless you.
All right.